Coming up today at 5, Odessa parents are in jail today accused of kidnapping their 2-year-old son from the CPS office. Today we're learning the couple has a criminal history. The glitch is fixed. That's according to the Texas Education Agency after online STAR exam questions went unsaved. Several West Texas schools were affected. And if you don't lock it, you just might lose it. That's what the Midland Police Department is saying after people continue to leave their cars unlocked. This is CBS 7 News at 5. A warm afternoon across West Texas today. Temperatures topping the 80s in some places, making for a good time to get outdoors. But like we all know in our area, what goes up must come down. We're talking a 30-degree difference, even a chance of snow for some parts of our area starting tomorrow. Let's get an update right now as weather is our top story today, and it's not an April Fool's joke either. There is a chance of some snow come tomorrow for some parts of the basin. Weather Authority Tom Tieferteller joins us now in the Weather Center. Tom, when will we start to see these changes?
Well, we're going to see that cold front start to roll in the early morning hours as that wind comes around to the north. Will be rather gusty, and then here comes the rain. Possibility of a rain-snow mix changing over to all snow for parts of West Texas tomorrow afternoon. Taking a look at the temperatures right now, though, a very nice lower 70s out there is that front. Still up in Colorado at the present time, but the changes are coming. Taking a look at the sky forecast, showing you more cloud cover in the forecast overnight tonight, and as that front gets closer, we'll see a few showers break out towards the early morning hours, and that will continue through 8 o'clock. By 9-10 o'clock in the morning, though, we start to see some pink and blue. That's the rain-snow mix across parts of southeast of Mexico and the northern Permian Basin, and that looks to continue into the early afternoon hours, even affecting areas near Midland and Odessa. It looks like best accumulations, though, will be across the northern Permian Basin in the southeast of Mexico, where on the grassy areas and the trees, we may see accumulations of 1 to 2 inches of snow, but not expecting any travel problems with this.
Tom, thanks very much. We're continuing to learn more about a chase surrounding 2 parents for kidnapping their 2-year-old child from a Child Protective Services office yesterday. The kidnapping led to an hours-long search by police. Today, we know this is not their first run-in with the law. CBS 7's Amanda DeBerry has obtained both Joshua Quijano and Pamela Iglesias' arrest records. She joins us live. Amanda?
Jay, both parents, Joshua and Pamela, are both behind bars this afternoon, charged with felony kidnapping. We pulled criminal records on the both of them, who police say they were both had a court order restricting them access to their child. According to those DPS records, Quijano was arrested back in 2014 and pled guilty to a misdemeanor assault causes bodily injury to a family member charge. Those same DPS records show Pamela has 2 prior arrests, one in 2011 and one in 2015. In 2011, she pled guilty on a misdemeanor evading arrest charge. In 2015, she was convicted of a misdemeanor theft of property of more than $50 to less than $500. It is still not clear what led up to the couple's court order, which restricted access to their child. According to the affidavit we obtained, the little boy had been previously removed from the family's home due to family violence and narcotic use. A court order was in place, but visitation was restricted to supervised visits. Coming up at 6, we're going to dig even deeper into this story. We spoke with CPS to find out how something like this can happen on their watch. Reporting live in Odessa, Amanda DeBerry, CBS 7 News.
Amanda, thanks very much. Stories all new at 5. A major crash involving a Howard County deputy has closed a portion of Interstate 20 at this hour. Our media partners at KBS Radio say the crash happened near exit 181 near FM 700. I-20 westbound lane is down to 1 lane. All drivers are urged to take the exit at 183 and stay on the service road. Now, both people involved in the crash have been taken to the hospital. There is no word, though, on their conditions at this hour. The Texas Education Agency is taking action after a computer glitch caused online STAR test answers to go unsaved. The glitch affected 6 campuses in Ector County, along with schools in Big Spring and Forsan. Neither Midland nor Coahoma ISDs were affected by the glitch. TEA officials released a statement late Wednesday saying districts are not required to have the students complete the test. School districts are encouraged to look at each individual case and decide if continuing the test is in the best interest of the student. Midland has made yet another list, this time for energy efficiency. The city is #1 on the EPA's list of small cities with the most Energy Star buildings. They have 34. Cost savings on those utility bills from the buildings are projected to be $2.1 million total, saving the equivalent of the electricity for 1,400 homes for 1 year. To be eligible for Energy Star certification, the building must be independently verified to perform better than at least 75% of similar buildings nationwide. A traffic alert today around Midland Memorial Hospital. A crosswalk on Illinois is under construction. People going to the hospital are only going to be able to use the crosswalk at Andrews Highway in Illinois if you're coming from the south. The city is working to reconstruct the sidewalk and center median. Crews will also be replacing the flashing warning lights and pavement. Midland police are reminding you, if you don't lock your car, you just may lose what's inside. Take a look at this surveillance video posted to their Facebook page. You can see a person checking car doors in the 3200 block of Ranchland Drive. He checks door handles, skips the locked vehicle, and then finds what he's looking for, an unlocked door. The victim in this case lost $180 in cash and a pair of expensive headphones. That's according to police. Police also urge you to take valuables inside and lock your cars. If you have information that can help identify who this person is, you're urged to contact Midland Crime Stoppers. Now for a look at stories making headlines in your hometown, we start in Presidio County, where high winds made for a busy night for fire crews. Presidio volunteer firefighters responded to 2 blazes that were reported almost simultaneously in different parts of the county. The first fire sparked 7 miles east of Redford, and just minutes later, a second fire sparked on Highway 67 near the Lincoln Profile Rock Formation. Both fires were put out within a few hours. County commissioners enacted a burn ban last month. Big Spring police are on the search for a couple accused of forgery. Big Spring Crime Stoppers says the couple broke into a car at the beginning of the month and stole a checkbook and debit credit cards. The pair then went to the Sears in Springtown Plaza. They bought a Hoover carpet cleaner and Kenmore microwave. If you have any information on who these two are, you are urged to contact Big Spring Crime Stoppers. The new U.S. consul for the Juarez area will be in the border towns of Ojinaga and Presidio. Daria Darnell was recently appointed to the consul in Juarez and will be making stops in the region. She is responsible for officials on our side of the border, and we'll talk to her about issues including border wait times and the proposed shade structure. She arrived in Presidio yesterday. Odessa Links is working to make sure everyone has access to health care, particularly those living in poverty. The organization held a conference today for social, medical, and community service providers whose work connects them with people living in poverty. They learned ways to get the help to people that need it the most. Today's conference had a special guest, Dr. Ruby K. Payne. She gave a presentation on understanding poverty and how people can build a bridge and change the way they approach people living in poverty. If you don't have dinner plans tonight, consider heading to On the Border. They're participating in Give Back Thursday, where a portion of the ticket will benefit the American Red Cross. The restaurant, by the way, is open tonight until 11 p.m. 20% of your ticket will go to the organization. If you missed today's event, you can go over the next 2 Thursdays. On the Border plans to host more Give Back Thursdays. Microsoft wants to eventually change the way you see and interact with the world. It uses augmented reality, which takes holograms and projects them onto your surroundings, blending the technology with real life. We'll show you how this new technology works up next. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
This CBS 7 News segment is brought to you by Subway, eat fresh, and by Chevrolet. See your Permian Basin Chevy dealers today.
You've heard of reality, alternate reality, and virtual reality. Now there's augmented reality. It mixes holograms with real life. In today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney explains how Microsoft is putting this new technology to use.
This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
The future, as depicted in Star Wars, may be closer than ever. Microsoft's HoloLens wants to eventually change the way you see and interact with the world. It uses augmented reality, which takes holograms and projects them onto your surroundings, blending the technology with real life. Microsoft showcased its HoloLens product at its annual Build conference. Already, a number of companies are experimenting with HoloLens. Among other things, NASA uses the technology to virtually take people to Mars. consumers.
Scientists are now using our Mars tool on site in mission operations.
Lowe's helps customers pick out products like cabinets and sinks and uses a hologram to place those products into their kitchens. And the School of Medicine at Case Western Reserve University uses it to teach students.
We've had a small team of 3 computer programmers turning our ideas into reality.
Ideas like using the 3D interactive hologram to study the anatomy, or to virtually transport a professor in another location into the classroom.
The 3 of us can see each other as we're talking, which makes us feel connected. And even though you can only see my head and hands, you get a sense of my body language.
As of now, only developers can get hold of the $3,000 product, but Microsoft hopes others can create apps within HoloLens and eventually market it to the general public. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
A study has been released and reveals a spike in the number of earthquakes, saying that fracking is to blame. Meanwhile, experts here in the Permian Basin react to the report with some skepticism. They say companies have fracked here for decades without increasing earthquakes or other geological activity in the area. According to the experts, the Permian Basin lacks a fault line, making it impossible for West Texans to notice any earthquakes. Professors say any tremors caused by fracking are not noticeable and are completely harmless.
Those tremors that may be following this hydraulic fracturing should not be of any kind of danger for people.
The USGS says drilling areas in Oklahoma, southern Colorado, and near Memphis, Tennessee are affected by those earthquakes. Government agencies are looking to hire West Texans during the oil slump. Customs and Border Protection have started looking to hire men and women from here in the Permian Basin. Officials say the border town of Presidio needs more recruits, and during the downturn, they say it's a perfect time for them to hire. If you would like more information, you can log on to cbp.gov and search Presidio. Coming up at the break, get ready for a drastic weather change. Try 30-degree change in weather. Weather Authority Tom Teverteller has a look at your forecast. A cold one coming up. First, though, here's a look at today's closing bell report. Futures price of oil climbed up only 2 cents today, closing at $38.34. Posted price of oil closed at $34.75, and natural gas is down 3 cents, closing at $1.95.
Well, some big changes are in the forecast as a strong late season cold front is on the way overnight tonight. Quick check outside on our live iCam overlooking Fort Stockton right now. Pleasant afternoon as most areas have reached the mid to lower 70s out there with a lot lighter winds, and we're seeing a couple of clouds here and there, but overall not too bad before we see that front roll in. Lower 70s right now right across Big Spring, Midland, Odessa, Fort Stockton, and Alpine. A little cooler up here towards Hobbs at 64, but again, not too bad on the winds. Kind of a mixed bag, northeast, south, southwest, westerly winds. They're all light except down here, down in the mountain areas. They're picking up a little bit around Alpine. Southwest winds up to 23 this afternoon. Now, as we take a look at your evening planner, again, we want to get you ready for the evening as we're going to see some nice conditions. Winds will start to come around to the west to northwest a little bit as the evening progresses, and those temperatures will drop down to around 60 by 11 o'clock tonight. But overall, though, we are going to be looking for relatively quiet conditions, but more clouds are on the way into the early morning hours. Now, as I take a look at that sky forecast, once again, showing you the clouds on the increase with the rain shower possibilities towards the early morning hours on your Friday. And again, with that front barreling down, temperatures will be dropping. As we get in towards the latter part of the morning hours, here's where we're going to start to see the changeover a little bit, seeing it being represented here by the rain-snow mix with the purple color, all snow here across Gaines County back up into the South Plains. Through the early afternoon hours is where we can start to pick up some light accumulations again. Northern Permian Basin into southeast New Mexico. Some of that brushes the Midland Odessa area. Not expecting any accumulations here, but a rain-snow mix is on the way. And then a lot of it will be gone by the afternoon hours. We are carrying winter weather advisories, though, for the daytime hours. Southeast New Mexico, Guadalupe Mountains National Park. Andrews up towards Seminole, over towards Lamesa, and Gale for the possibility of 1 to 2 inches of snow that could accumulate on the grass, on the trees by the afternoon hours, but not expecting a lot of problems with that. Again, relatively light. So again, here's what we are looking at, that rain snow mix in the forecast for tomorrow. Then we'll start to see some clearing skies, warmer temperatures on the way for your weekend, with 66 on Saturday, 75 on Sunday, then back into the mid to upper 80s for the early to middle part of next week with breezy conditions. So some elevated to high fire danger concerns coming back into the forecast by then. But in the meantime, though, and expecting that cold front to barrel through later on tonight into the early morning hours, barely getting above 45 tomorrow afternoon. And a rain snow mix here across the Midland, Odessa, Big Spring area. I think any light accumulations will be north and west of the area right along Interstate 20. But we're not expecting too many problems associated with this.
I had to admit, when you brought this up this afternoon, everybody thought, all right, where's the April Fool's joke?
Yeah.
This is no joke.
No, it is no joke. In fact, we're going to see that rain snow mix. And, you know, we did see 2 inches of snow back in 1996 on April 6th, so it can happen later.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Tom, thanks very much. Now for a look at the most read stories on our CBS 7 website. An Amber Alert issued yesterday for 2-year-old Devin, pictured right here on your screen. Police say his dad, Joshua Quijano, took his son from the Odessa Child Protective Services office yesterday. An Amber Alert lasted 2 hours until the child was found safe and sound. Quijano and the toddler's mother, Pamela Iglesia, are both behind bars charged with felony kidnapping. An investigation is still ongoing. A Midland High School student has been arrested and accused of making a terroristic threat through the social media app Ogle. While school leaders are happy to report that the threat was not credible, they are using this situation to educate parents on what the app is and how it works. According to the company's website, the app is designed to work as a school-wide forum and allow students to post photos, videos, and text all anonymously. The layout is very similar to Snapchat if you've used that. If you don't have to be a student to engage on the conversations that tend to be focused on bullying and trash talking, the school district urges parents to delete the app off your child's cell phones and have listed also several other apps that you should be monitoring. To find all of those, go to our website at cbs7.com. A fire in Pecos near State Route 285, just 5 miles south of the city, closed the highway yesterday, but since that has been reopened, Barstow and Fort Stockton were also called out to help fight the fire. Firefighters tell us over 10,000 gallons of water was used to extinguish the fire. No one was hurt in that fire. We all know the importance of protecting ourselves from UV rays, but not all damaging rays come from the sun. Consider this: our screens, computer, cell, TV, all emit high-energy visible light. What effect could this have on your skin? We'll explore that up next.
Your family's health is brought to you by First Med of Midland.
See if this sounds like you. You're glued to your phone, tablet, and TV. You need all of these gadgets to work, leisure, or just stay in touch. But what's that screen time doing to your skin? Reporter Courtney Robinson investigates concerns that it could be making you look older faster.
You put your best face forward, but before your next post, watch this. Not all damaging rays come from the sun. Our screens, computer, cell, TV emit high-energy visible light. HEV, or blue light, is harmful to your eyes, but what about your skin? I'm in front of a computer all day. I use my cell phone for selfies, videos. It's part of the job. Since I get more exposure than most, Dr. Linda Flynn with South Tampa Dermatology checked my skin to see if the blue light was causing more damage than we can see. With makeup off, I sat down for a skin scan.
It's showing the surface and then showing the deeper parts.
Within minutes, Dr. Flynn could see what we can't.
So this is all from UV damage, A and B. But can you say a little bit's HEV? We could, but it's going to be minuscule.
And that HEV damage, she says, is likely from the sun, not digital devices. Good news for me, but what about our children? These devices are their world.
A lot of us have been using cell phones for 20 years, and we haven't had skin cancers or problems, so we need to study it to see how much output is coming from those computer screens.
Research on the specific effects of HEV light on the skin is still in its infancy. Until science catches up, there is a way to protect yourself. Look for sunscreen with the ingredient fractionated melanin.
We need to do the studies because then the kids are on the pads for like hours.
Something to keep an eye on. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Now for a look at what's coming up in our next half hour.
Here's a CBS Evening News tonight. Images of a treasure demolished. This is the city of Palmyra, Syria, left in ruins by ISIS. Our cameras were the first to get in there today. Also tonight, thousands take cover as heavy storms and tornadoes sweep the South. And Donald Trump meets with the Republican leadership after the worst week of his campaign. We'll have those stories tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Right here at home, get ready for a big drastic change in the weather. 30-degree temperature slide from today to tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to see a big change with that cold front rolling in. Not only highs only in the mid to lower 40s tomorrow, but also a rain-snow mix in the forecast. We could see some light accumulations northern Permian Basin, southeast of Mexico. But right now they look relatively light. Not expecting a lot of this to stick or cause travel problems. But again, winter's coming back for a brief stay tomorrow.
You and I were talking about the fire in Rio Doce. They're going to get some help because they're getting a lot of snow.
Yeah, they're going to see about 3 to 6 inches of snow there across portions of the Sacramento Mountains. So big help there.
That'll help them out. That's good. The CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley is coming up next. We'll see you at 6.